Now, heading into episode 10, Chris Lofton did mention, we actually did something completely different, but made it feel nostalgic in a way no other spin-off has. And no doubt the ending certainly was different. Jenard against all the odds did survive after all, the same with Victor Snitch, they're both out in the wind. No doubt definitely looking to pounce at some point in the future, which is something we did speak about in the build-up to episode 10. Could there be a possibility where Jenard does survive? Well, after all of that, he did. Something I also began to mention over the past week or so was the term, nobody is safe in the world of power. I thought maybe there may be more bloodshed than we actually got in episode 10, but Bobby DeFranco did also bite the dust at the hands of AUSA Seng. Revenge was also on the mindset of a lot of these characters, not just when it came to the streets. But in the streets, Chicago now belongs to Shanti, Tommy, and Miguel. Although that's not all. We did also see the return of Tariq St. Patrick, and they are indeed attempting to go operational multi-city. They're heading back to New York. Something I mentioned before was, how can you have power and not have the theme song, Big Rich Town? Again, a great callback to power right at the end, but also signaling the future of legacy. Now, even though they did leave us on some sort of cliffhanger with some loose threads open, I do have mixed feelings about the finale itself, which no doubt we will dig into in the coming weeks. With that being said, as usual, we're going to be running through all the key storylines, conversations, and plot points, so stick with this video right through to the very end as we run through the final breakdown of Power Book 4 Force Season 3. Now, episode 10 kicked off with JP's funeral. We had Kate giving the eulogy, and it was brilliantly delivered by Patricia Kellenber, who plays Kate Egan. Even though they'd been through their things, not just in Season 2, but throughout the entirety of their lives, where Kate wasn't there for much of JP's life. She did mention having to bury your child goes against the law of nature, which is definitely true. I've seen it with my own family, so this speech definitely hits home in more ways than one. It's also where we saw Mireya holding onto her stomach. That's the moment where she probably was thinking about her future and how she needed to protect her baby going forward. But this eulogy from Kate really was heartbreaking. Kate was in tears, Tommy was very emotional, D-Mac was as well, where it looked like he had no love left to give to Genesis. And we also saw Herman, JP's father. Kate also mentioned that she hopes with all the time that she has left with the people that she loves, that they can forgive her for what she's done in the past. And I do think that was definitely a message for her other son, Tommy. Often when we lose loved ones, it puts life into perspective, as many of us have probably experienced ourselves. And look, let's be real, Kate definitely isn't Mother of the Year by any means, and she knows that herself. But over the past 2 seasons, especially when she realized her mistakes, she has owned them and she did try and correct them. And this was also Kate asking for forgiveness. We know Tommy and Kate have had a very turbulent relationship, but there is still a lot of love between Tommy and Kate, and I do think we are going to see that in Power Origins. You could even see it in Tommy's reaction. He looked like he wanted to break down in tears when Kate was giving the eulogy. And we also have to remember what he's lost dating back to Power as well. Holly and his unborn child, Raina, Kanan, Lakeisha, Ghost, where he wasn't even able to attend Ghost's funeral back in Power Book 2 Ghost. In Force, he lost Liliana, and we heard Tommy mention how Shanti does now actually fill the void of Liliana at the end of episode 10,